Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome back to a little bit of Total War Warhammer 2. So sorry I've been gone, I've been playing Age of Empires 3, trying to play that for Lord knows really what reason, and just, yeah, I wanted to play that, but I can't record it for some reason. We have got ourselves the ability to attack Skeggy here, which is just barely in time to stop them from performing their ritual, so, we are going to have to start marching south fairly soon, though, to interrupt the Skaven as well, and I don't really know where they actually are. I'll be able to play this one out. We might actually even want to just show you guys what a full front-on assault on a wall looks like, because we've got, like, all of these Swordmaster units, and Swordmasters actually make a real mess out of Temple Guard. So Scar Veteran, that's nothing to worry about here. Croc scores aren't even allowed on the walls, so I can take the walls pretty easily despite that. Skinks with javelins, I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so let's actually go ahead and attack here, and I'll be right back once this finishes. Alright, and here we go. So, generally speaking, like, just charging up walls in games like these is fairly costly, but at the same time, there's not really much else for it in this particular case. There's no reason for us to try to do anything too fancy here. I mean, there is a perfect spot for us to hang out in the backside, get a tower down, but that's not really going to make a humongous difference, and I just don't want to save... I want to waste a little bit less time on that. I'm going to get the Phoenix Guard in afterwards. The reason is, of course, that they aren't really needed up on the walls there. But, yeah, let's go ahead and start this battle up here. Alright, just do that. And what we want to hit are the Temple Guard wherever we can here. Where the hell are they? Javelins, Skin Priests. Are you... Where the hell are their Temple Guard? Is it up here? Damn. Okay, these ones. So we are going to take a decent amount of damage on the way towards their walls, but as you can see, like, it's just bolt throwers. It's nothing too fancy that they're hitting us with here. Get this guy up here as well. Why can't I fire at these guys? Oh, it's probably that tower's in the way. Alright, let's go ahead and hit, I think, over here. That way we get those guys from firing those flanking shots. Don't really want to get hit by that. Alright, let's get our 3 units of Phoenix Guard in around that way. So they can start fighting, brawling it out with the monsters in the courtyard there. You can see that my units have taken some casualties here. Pretty serious ones, actually, but I'm not too worried about it. Once we actually get up on the walls, we'll be in a pretty good spot here. These guys look like they're incapable of getting up the wall for whatever the hell reason, so... let's just give them additional orders here. Alright, you guys. Let me get this guy up that way. You guys get on over here. You guys can get over here. Alright, get you guys up there. And yeah, we've taken basically the walls here, and they're just defending it with Temple Guard and Skink Cohort and stuff like that. I'm shooting my own dudes, of course. Let's stop firing at these guys, period. I think there's no real point to them firing here. And stop order. Alright, our Phoenix Guard over here, we want to get down and attack that Ancient Stegodon. This poor Skink Cohort with the Javelins are getting attacked by Swordmasters. It's really not what they're meant to be fighting there. Croxagors, I don't actually want to be fighting Croxagor with the Swordmasters at all there. So we'll be getting across the wall over to here. All these Swordmaster units here, attack that unit of Temple Guard there. Alright, we've seen off some of the guys from down here. I'm going to have you guys hunt down some Kroxigor. Actually, Hanok over there. Have one unit go after him, the other one hunt down these Kroxigors. Like, Phoenix Guard are such an expensive unit, but they're so powerful. I love using them even in multiplayer, just because, like, if you have a block of them, there's really not much that can actually kill them. Because they're even good against, like, infantry. Like, I found that they will actually wreck through, like, a lot of heavy infantry in this game. Alright, so my general is now engaged in a fight with their general, it looks like. Or he should be. I thought I ordered him to. Get back around there and fight him. Just swarming in on this guy here. Is that Skink Priest trying to fight my Swordmasters? Good for him. Good try there. Let's take a look at this fight between the Temple Guard here. You can see them actually getting, like, blended by the Swordmasters. Like, Swordmasters are a much, much more powerful anti-infantry unit than they are. And they're about to get it up the rear from more Swordmasters marching into battle here. Nice and elegant looking, and even on the charge. I guess it's because they're charging along the wall, so it's a different charge animation. Little skink just runs past. Can't believe he managed to get through, like, all there without any of the Swordmasters just, like, sticking their sword out sideways and just killing him. Alright. But yeah, you can see that these guys are not really able to hold up against the Swordmasters. You can see a couple dead elves there, but not that many, actually. Alright, Kroxigors are in battle now. They're not going to last very long because they're up against some Phoenix Guard. And the Phoenix Guard just chew through Kroxigors like nothing. I think that ultimately the Phoenix Guard are probably the best anti-large unit in the game. Most expensive one, that's for sure, but other Kroxigors are wavering. They'll be out of the game before they can really do anything here. Alright, and that was a 50-50 siege battle where I actually just assault the walls directly. Once you've got this kind of elite stack, that's much easier to do in terms of just faster. But honestly, even here, it would have been more efficient for me to take out their towers and attack at a corner or something like that, but yeah, this worked out fine. Alright, and here we are back. 179 loss for 537 of them. Honestly, usually the ratios for these sort of defenses are really bad. Alright, so the most important thing about this is this basically stops them from being able to get what they want here. Skeki itself looks like it's a fully upgradable town for me, so that's pretty good. And also, it has got a fully upgraded war hall, so might be able to make use of that, honestly. Farm here, and we're going to also want to go with the plaza. Alright, so can't really think of anything nearby that could really take this back for the Lizardmen. If it gets taken by these guys, that doesn't actually matter. All that matters is that it doesn't end up back in the hands of the Lizardmen. And frankly, an army of Savage Orcs is not really the best call against this kind of army. I'm going to keep upgrading Quartermaster just because it's such an expensive army here. And being able to reduce the cost of that army is going to be pretty huge. Now, this is kind of a weird state. I want to get this Princess of Ulthuan back all the way to Lothern, which is like 100 billion miles away, but I might be able to get through Arnheim to somewhere else. The reason is that I can recruit Gold Chevron Lothern Sea Guard from this region here, so because the is it because of the Straits? Yeah, unit experience +4 from the Gates of Lothern. And then I don't think that this one does anything, actually. No, it doesn't. But I want to go back there so I can instantly recruit back an army of Gold Chevron Lothern Sea Guard so that I get the full bonuses. And this army is battered enough. Like, I'm going to probably redeploy it down to the south because we're sort of actually okay for now on our campaign, on our warpath here. So I'm going to force march up to Arnheim. It's not going to take too long to get there. As you can see, it's like 3 turns. It's not that bad, and then I'll be able to get across the ocean across like 4 or 5 turns. Now, I did lose Chotek's Causeway because I actually moved my army off of there. But what I can do is move this army, this new army that I formed, over to here. Put myself into the camp stance, and just spam out a ton of units again. So we're getting cheap swordmasters here, relatively cheap. So get 4 more of those, and then we go ahead and just do the lower tier Lothan Seaguard with shields, and this basically fills out the army like right away here, including with some pretty good elite troops. Capital over here, gonna go ahead and get upgrades. It's all fine. For down here, like I'm in a real pickle as far as being able to actually do anything useful here. Al Haik is gonna probably get taken out by these 2 armies here, and there's not a whole lot that I can do to actually fix that. Just because the amount of resistance there is so high. Now, I did actually have to get a peace treaty with Strigoi, which is a bit unfortunate, but is what we ended up doing. I have to move slowly with these guys because look at all this attrition. Like, I have to wait till I get the Isha thing in this region here because that will get me fast replenishment, like really, really fast replenishment. Ah, shit, I'm not getting any troops back anymore, I don't think. Yeah. But yeah, it'll get me the ability to gain back troops really, really quickly. In this region in particular, that's important, and it means I'll ignore all of the attrition, stuff like that. Also, we're sending down a mage that we recruited over here, so this one's better at recruiting and building things, so hopefully that'll make a difference. I don't know. But yeah, ultimately I need another, probably 2 armies down south here. We're going to especially be focusing along the coastal regions before we start moving inwards, and that'll hopefully pinch them out pretty effectively. I don't know. I mean, you don't really need these levels for anything. Let's just give you a wound so that you can kick people off here. Tauravesi, they're pretty much fully upgraded there. I've got something I could build at Kalthik. What do I want to build here? I don't think there's anything I really need at Kalthik. Just get this, I guess. Also, actually, we had to upgrade something at Val's Anvil if I can afford it. I don't think I can afford it right now. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. So we've now got access to the Star Dragons, which we could start building. We could build a 20 stack of just 20 Star Dragons, which would not actually be that effective, but it is something we're allowed to do. And I think I also had an upgrade at Toranlek, yeah, so let's go ahead and upgrade Toranlek here. Get that going. After it got sort of ravaged quite a few turns ago. I think that this region's starting to get to the point where it's actually pretty okay, public order-wise. Like, this region up here is actually permanently fine. I don't have to worry about this region anymore. Once I get this Shrine of Azurian up here, it's probably going to be permanently fine here as well. And I can cancel the taxation here. That changes it to a plus 19. So I can probably actually get this guy back south and have him also help out in this campaign. So I think what I'm going to do is actually have this guy head down to Lothern as well. Apparently we're taking some attrition. That's fine, since he'll be sitting around in Lothern regaining army anyway. I didn't realize there was a storm in this region. Oh well. Yeah, so Albion actually still in the positives. Okay, cool. Alright, and speaking of easy sieges, there was going to be another easy siege, I'm pretty sure, in this region here. We got our mage back over here, fine. Cleanse corruption? No, I'd probably want to go... I'm going to start taking a few levels of wound on this one, because there's always these agents buzzing around here like annoyances. But yeah, like, I've got a slight problem here. If I attack here, I'm pretty sure that Tyrion's army is going to get sacked. So attacking Kelra is a little bit risky, but what I could do is attack both Kelra, and I can also take the Altar of Ultimate Darkness. Malekith and his larger army is stationed here, and I'm pretty sure that I've got Lightning Strike with this army.
A promising lieutenant.
I do, so that means that I can take out their capital, or their city here, without having to worry about these additional 2 armies. And even if they do rally up some troops or whatever, neither of them are going to be in any condition to attack Tyrion the next turn, so that's probably what we're going to have to do here. So we'll go ahead and attack
My lady disapproves. No. For my queen.
Kelra here.
No mercy.
And, like, on paper, I should be able to auto-resolve this one, but... yep. Okay, good. I lost a lot of bolt throwers, though. What do they do? Like, do they just charge straight forward with the bolt throwers or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, into the city.
Dark-hearted fools.
Got Nagaron fully under our control now, and we can also mess around with this place. We're going to go ahead and just sack these two buildings. I don't really need either of them. And I think we were waiting for Nagaron to finish, so we're going to wait for the population surplus to go up. Alright, so I should probably just double check here. Yeah, they don't have that much garrison, and Malkuth's army itself is not that range focused, so the dragons are a little bit worrisome. But other than that, should be fine. And honestly, I can just fight those dragons. The Star Dragon is like a match for two wounded other ones. Alright, so I'm going to clear this battle off. I don't really think that you guys need to see this particular battle because it's going to be quite dull. It's going to be me standing outside a corner just plugging away at their buildings with archers, rather than doing anything too useful or interesting there. So yeah, you definitely don't really need to see that, and I'll be right back. Alright, took us a half an hour, but we got that all done. It's unfortunate that those types of battles are so atrociously bleh, but whatever. So these two forces also, as a side effect, got scattered away from the area of control of the city, which means that they're not locked in, which would have been nice, although there are ways around that as well. But it does also mean that they didn't actually recruit any troops, so they're going to be real easy pickings once I get around to trying to attack them. Hopefully we'll be doing that fairly soon. I do believe I've got some forces around-ish. Can't remember where my armies in this region were. I think actually that's this one. Got sent back there from further up. Probably have to loop back around to Kagarath Deep and stuff like that, which is fine. Temple King region over here. I had another army around here somewhere. Here he is. Okay, so this army we're going to start marching up to Keshta Vault. Shouldn't be too bad. We will go ahead and reinforce this army where applicable, though. I do want to try and get the numbers back up a little bit, but I don't... Actually, no, there will be heavy resistance heading down this way, just because there's nothing else for the Dark Elves to really try to defend. So, shouldn't be that easy going as I move through there, but I think we're going to be largely okay here. These two gigantic waves of... I'm a little bit worried about these, just because they're such large armies. Savage Orc Boar Biggins, don't care about that. Yeah, so it's just the Boarboy Biggins is going to be a little bit annoying since I don't have too much anti-cap in the region. The Archer armies are actually super good against that kind of thing as well, so the only problem that I could potentially have is if I get descended on by 3 armies at the same time, in which case the Swordmasters are good. I don't think they're that good. But if I lose Skeggy to... Actually, this is a walled city. If I lose Skeggy to the Savage Orcs, that's kind of fine, actually. Alright, so this one will be their next turn with a humongous force, and we'll be able to march pretty much... Probably hit Chetuk's Causeway, move back up to the Fallen Gates, take that. Is probably what we'll do there. See what else we can do here. Alright, so we're still ignoring that one. I want to get that one to the cap level instead. Actually might be worth upgrading this to tier 2 at the very least. Do definitely want this to be tier 5, getting this to the Sanctum of Quintex. Really good ability there. Public order minus 90% due to lack of presence of corruption. So it's just a hugely good building. The extra money from it as well is pretty good, so definitely going to go for that sort of thing. Don't need those. Okay, yeah, we were going to wait for Hag Grief there. Ooh, new commandments. Okay. Definitely going to go rebuild Lost Splendor of the region, just for a little while here, but it's probably not actually super relevant, actually. So much crap that I have to get through in these turns here. Okay, so we got all that finished. I just have to go check down here, see how things are going for these dudes. I already moved you, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. The replenishment rate here is so brutally bad. As soon as Martek gets upgraded, we'll be able to get another one of these manors casualty replenishment rate is like one of the primary concerns in the region here, and I actually probably need to build recruiting buildings somewhere around here. Not really sure if I want to build it up there itself, but like the penalties for this being in this region is so much worse than I thought it was going to be. It's actually the number one thing that's keeping me back from like fighting these guys, because if I wanted to, like, I could realistically fight these guys and probably win, but I would have so many, like, it's been 6 or something like that turns, then I still have not fully replenished this force here. Getting back like 7 per turn out of hundreds of dead people, so it's not great. Alright, so yeah, I think though that we're doing largely what we need to do. Hopefully we'll be able to stop the Skaven once they start doing their thing. I'll have like 20 turns or something like that to churn my way through Hexawaddle and all the other Lizardman stuff here. Lizardman intervention got sent to Nagarond. That's nice. Oof, this isn't a good thing, because this guy's going to attack here too, so I'm going to get interrupted off of my recruitment, unfortunately. How did he get that many troops all of a sudden? That's just unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and retreat that. I don't really care too much to fight that there. Since one of them was on forced march, I don't think they're going to be able to catch up to me. Where did they get all these goddamn armies? Okay, well, if I'm threatening Hexawaddle, there's a decent chance that they'll swing back around and go attack my other force of Swordmasters. So hopefully that's the case. I'm a little bit too spread thin. I should really finish off my Dark Elf campaign, focus my forces on that, but I did need to send my forces to get some of the stuff that I got done. Although at this point in time, I think I can swing all of my Dark Elf forces to the west, take out Seattle and California, or whatever, and then start sending my forces from there south eventually, since I don't have to worry about the intervention against the Lizardmen right now. I don't know where the hell their armies came from. It's just like out of nowhere, it feels like. Alright. Okay, so these guys are retreating southward as fast as bloody possible. If I keep on them, they're not going to be able to replenish their forces, which is pretty important for us at this point in time. Clan Moors, I'm still pretty sure, is having some struggles. Clan Pestilence, though, they're technically equal to me, which is a bit worrisome. Hopefully they get wrecked by this intervention. That's what I'm guessing, hoping, but I doubt it. Like, intervention forces on the auto-resolve against the AI don't seem to do anything at all. Like, it's just, it doesn't do anything. It's kind of gross, but let's see here. I like how the Pirates of Sartosa are considered to be a strong economic power. That's kind of strange to me, but... So I'm hoping that this particular set of forces here is going to be mostly focused on... Oh no, they're all coming after me. Of course they are, bastards. Alright. Well, whatever. I'm wondering if I'll be able to actually recruit my units down here, because, like, the Lizardmen forces are just going to probably siege that city, but they're going to, like, siege it with a whole bunch of assistance. So it's going to be a lot harder. Yeah, sure, whatever. Coast of Araby is about to have a rebellion. Hopefully it's at El Haik, I don't know. Yeah, so, like, this is kind of annoying, because I'm pretty sure these guys are also at war with the Lizardmen, but I can probably beat back these two armies. I don't think I've got a, yeah, I don't have any garrison here at Skeggy, so I don't unfortunately have that to rely on to help. So we're just going to have to muscle our way through these couple armies, basically, with brute force there, unfortunately. Looks like they don't have access to war machines, if I recall correctly. Savage Orcs don't. But what's really going to be difficult is I have to get back into the mirror pool here of Tepak, hope that they don't siege me here, because I have to recruit my units again now. I didn't think they were going to be able to get an army there the way they did, but apparently they just can. You can continue along towards here. If I get intercepted by those tiny little Dark Elf forces that are running away from me, then that's fine. I should be able to beat them with the stuff I've got available, so... Yeah, what I'm worried about here is that I'm going to move up here to about, like, here. So I should be able to retreat, but, like, what's kind of annoying is that I can almost guarantee that these stupid Dark Elves are going to have, like, another full-stack army there in Kestra Vault. Despite the fact that they've really got no business having another full-stack army. I can just guess that's what's going to happen, though. Okay, so actually the Lizardmen ended up over in Kragroth Deep. I know that they're not going to attack me, so that's actually fine, because that gets that out of my way for me. That means I can start moving back up around north, I think.
Their skill is legend.
We're gonna fully upgrade Blade Shield there. Okay. So yeah, I can start moving these guys up towards Bear Isle, and then swing south towards Dracula Spire, or I could even just head straight to Dracula Spire. It's just, I don't really want to have the extra trip of having to go one way and then go the other way as well. So let's just head to Shrotak Mountain. Can get a bunch of stuff here upgraded. Looks like this place doesn't have anything special or anything like that. Let's just get walls. Okay, some stupid Dark Elf force comes out of nowhere and just pops up and annoys me. Okay, you guys. The one that's going to take me longest to get to is probably actually Kirk's, whatever the hell, Spire. That's 100 billion miles away even for an agent, so it's going to be a while before I can actually get that done. But... oh yeah, these guys are in an annoying spot for me to try to get to. I'm going to head to the Altar of Ultimate Darkness, though, and start making my way towards them. I don't think any of my city garrisons are likely to lose against those forces, but it's hard to tell. They have got, like, a hero, and I don't, obviously, so... which my lords hasn't moved yet. This guy, right? Okay, so we'll swing by, grab this. Sunken chests. Shadow armor is useless. Well, it's not useless, but it's not very good. Grab this thing. I think we'll finally stop taking all this attrition. Okay, bit of cash. Just gonna head all the way down this way, actually. That seems reasonable at this point in time. Okay, now then, we also have this agent over here that we're heading south. Get on down here. Are you guys almost at some stage of being healed yet? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing I'm going to have to actually just force march these guys all the way back to Kofar. There's no way I'm going to be able to relieve Al-Haik. There's just nothing I can do about that, and I also don't really care that much. Retaking it's going to be easier than trying to do anything about it. Okay. So do I want to fight this battle here on the field? It's so annoying that I'm not going to be able to replenish my troop numbers. I don't think I've got Lightning Strike with this army, do I? I do. Okay. So I think we Lightning Strike against these guys here. End up with a much stronger force. And just get these guys to back off so I can... Alright, so here we are. I'm hoping that I can get a good angle somewhere with these Eagle Claws, but I guess we'll have to find out. I kind of want to preserve a couple of my Swordmaster units here, so probably this one and this one will keep in reserve, but I think that everything else we just have on the front lines here. Alright, yeah, we can see the enemy deployment there. So I think that we're going to have to spread out our Phoenix Guard like so here. There. Now, I can't do counter cavalry at all with the Silverhelms, not only because they're pretty inferior, but because the Orc Boar Biggins are actually anti-large, which also means that my general on a horse here is a little bit vulnerable, unfortunately. So, sort of have to keep it hidden, and maybe until we get a glimpse of some of their archers or something like that. So, it's not really that fun as far as that goes. The fact that the AI always has these like superior positions no matter what's happening seems to be the case that the AI always has these really nice defensible positions, whereas I always start off on a hill when I'm defending, or on the bottom of a hill when I'm defending for some reason. I don't know why that is. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started.
Understood.
Decent chance that the AI is not going to move down. Oh yeah, no, they are charging. Interesting.
Move.
Okay, well, completely predicted what they might do wrong.
It shall be done.
Unfortunately, I'm only seeing the infantry, but Savage Orc Biggins is actually a really good target as well. The only problem is, like, the armor piercing on this doesn't matter as much, so the low base damage is actually pretty painful.
Swordmaster and poet.
Alright, well, yeah, we're getting some hits in, but yeah, here they come around the flank here. Pretty big cavalry wing there. Alright. Get ready to countercharge pretty much now.
Steel.
Yeah, I don't want to get shot at by too many arrows here.
Ever vigilant.
I don't actually know what they're doing with their cavalry there.
Understood.
Alright, so not getting best of that there, but let's fire at their arrow boys. Oof. Botched a couple of our charges pretty badly there. It's fine though.
Attack.
Let's get into some of their units here. Looks like we'll be able to roll a flank though at the very least.
Swordmaster of poet.
Some boar boys over here. Get a fear-causing unit in here. I don't know what their cav's doing. Still not too sure what the hell their cav is up to.
Kill them. As you say.
Okay, so
As you say.
I'm not even really sure where some of this damage is coming out of as far as me hitting them, but
Eagle claw.
alright, whatever.
Defending order.
Let's actually attack these arrow boys a bit. Ooh, we could actually hit their poor boy Biggins a little bit.
Loyal. It will be done. Lacoy. Attack.
They're trying to sort of cycle charge those guys in,
Kill them.
but not sure how effective that's going to be against this type of unit.
It shall be done.
Ooh, they're going to get a clear run at my bolt throwers here, unfortunately.
Right away.
Come on,
Lead them.
let's get our general to go intervene on our behalf there.
To the fray.
Have swordmasters come in to reinforce that right afterwards. Still firing shots into their flank with the bolt throwers, which is really nice.
Understood.
Alright, now our general's going to be in a bit of trouble, but I can pop this healing potion now, as opposed to later. And that'll keep him in the fight pretty effectively. I don't know what's going on because of the stupid terrain here. But my units are sort of like scattered all over the place, fighting whatever the hell,
Swordmaster and poet.
in whatever the hell sort of places.
Swordmaster and poet. Attack.
Okay. So no idea what these guys are up to still. Might as well start moving these guys up into the woods here. They have really, they're not going to be able to fight that effectively in the woods, the boar boys, so I don't really care too much about them. But best to keep on them just in case. These arrow boys are going to shred up my guys a bit. Their base damage is actually pretty okay. Okay, I'm going to charge these guys with cavalry just because they're going to rally otherwise. I don't have a single clue as to what is happening here. Let's see here. Hide foliage, it's already on. Shit. Oh, there's their general.
Without fail.
Okay, here they come.
Swordmaster and poet.
Yeah, one of my Swordmasters is getting pretty shredded up here, but by those boar boys. But yeah, since the Phoenix Guard are in the region, they're getting pretty wrecked ultimately. There we go. Alright. So that just gets them off my case here, so hopefully that'll work out. Okay, so that gets us a bit of breathing space, but doesn't do a ton for us in terms of other things. I'm probably going to go for actually replenishment. It's only 4%, but I'm probably not going to be able to get any other replenishments from this force here. Or for this force, rather, so it really is probably best for me to get as much as I can while I still can. Over here, we probably want to get the last level of Quartermaster. Actually, no, let's get Renowned and Feared. I probably should have taken that earlier. It's a much stronger ability than Quartermaster, just even at the thing that Quartermaster does. So what I kind of want to do is actually run in, take out this army, maybe even take out both armies, but at the same time, like, that will deplete my forces badly. Right now, I'm getting quite a lot of replenishment, though. So if I lightning strike these guys, take them out, do I want to do that, though? I think I do. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more battles real quick here, and then I'll be back, because you definitely don't want to see those particular battles. They're going to be very, very, oh, actually, I don't know if I've got the troops for that. Yeah, I don't know if I've got the manpower available for that. What I do want to do is threaten the Monolith of the Fallen Gods to relieve pressure from the Mirror Pool of Tepak, especially because the garrison here is not that great. It's good, but it's not great or anything. It would be enough to help me really easily beat Shakur over here, even though he's got like 2 Feral Carnosaurs, Croc Scores, and all this other stuff, plus Stegodon. Like, he just doesn't have enough regular troops, in my opinion. Although he would be able to sort of wreck up a lot of my guys in the process of losing. But what's going on over there? More Dark Elves. Yeah, I'm really not overly sure where Marathi's army. I'm really not sure where the biggest threats are going to be coming from, because I've got my forces like way too spread out right now. I need to get down to probably... I don't know what I'm doing with Tyrion's army. He probably needs to just do a mad dash to the south. I could start sending him towards Grey Rock Point, and that would take like 50 turns, but... It wouldn't actually take 50 turns, but it would take a long time. It's not a whole lot I can do to get the undead off my back right now, which I would love to do as well. I could actually finally get the White Lion army. If I do that, I have to build it in Krace. I don't have to, but it's a good idea for me to build it in Krace. Okay, let's do it. You can only do one of these, so... It's actually not that expensive to get in terms of a lot of other points there. Root Marcher... yeah, this guy can only be dedicated to Kernos, which is a pretty okay one. There's nothing wrong with it. Just gonna go with full Bonded Service there. Iron Disciplinarian, Draft Master... and then Lightning Strike, probably. And then this guy... You can get basically like 0 cost White Lions with this guy, so he's going to be an interesting army. They're not the best unit, they're not the strongest unit, but they're kind of okay, is my assessment of the White Lions. Like, there are stronger great weapon infantry in this game, and like there's substantially better great weapon infantry. The only thing is, like, they're fairly inexpensive. Their armor is pretty good. Like, their stats are okay, but they're lacking like bonuses versus large, or bonuses versus anything really. Like, they need a bonus versus large, in my opinion, and a better charge bonus, I think, before they would become really, really good. But they're kind of an interesting unit. I think Swordmasters right now are better for their cost, though, under most circumstances. Yeah, I think I can stand a fight here if I have to. I don't think that they're likely to try to fight me here, but they could like send all 3 of these army stacks up here and just try and wipe me out that way. So yeah, I have to basically wipe out this army, get more than 3% back, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll see you guys in just a second here. Alright, so that finished that up. There's not a whole ton left for me to do right now. I've gone through all my buildings as well, and there's nothing really I need to upgrade. Since my income is decreasing, though, since I'm recruiting all these new troops, and I've got some really expensive buildings coming up in my build queue later, I probably should actually just be willing to hang off on what I've got here for a little while here. I mean, broadly speaking, our biggest issues are going to be I need to send a lot of reinforcements down here. I need to send a lot of reinforcements around over here. I did get through those fights just okay. And what's nice as well is I just realized these units can't easily make it to where I am located, even if they use the Underdark. So without any army that can actually besiege Skeggi, all they can do is walk up to it and sort of be near it, even if they force march. So they can't actually stop me from getting at least one turn's replenishment, which is really, really good, because if I had not gotten rid of those armies, what they could do is force march their way towards Skeggi, stand outside of it, and then have that other unit attack. This way they're not going to be able to attack here, which really suits me perfectly. Other than that, though, I do have to start making my way through more of their stuff, but they have failed at their ritual, so that's the only sort of saving grace here. I do need to land more armies down along Skeggi so I can start pushing my way across here. I think that's going to make it, I think this is going to be a better angle of attack, honestly, than trying to attack from the north, although it looks kind of like you kind of want to pinch them off at Chotek's Causeway, as well as attacking from the east. So maybe this is the best way to do it anyway, but I feel as though I'm getting pushed back in a couple places here, and I'm losing a little bit of momentum, honestly, but it happens. There's nothing wrong with that. As far as all this goes, I'm gonna have a bit of a hard time churning my way across there, because there's just so much space that I have to get through. I should be able to attack Keshta Vault next turn, but I think that's going to be enough for this episode either way. So hope you found this one enjoyable. I'm just about done as far as I'm concerned with this campaign, but yeah, hope you found this one enjoyable. And of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.